The clerk will please call the roll.
Anderson, Bonham, Boquist, Campos, Dembro, Finley, Frederick, Gelser-Bluen, Gerard, Golden, Gorsuch, Hansel, Hayden, Jama, Knope, Lieber, Linthicum, Manning, Meek, Patterson, Przonski, Robinson, Brock-Smith, Solman, Steiner, Taylor, Thatcher, Weber, Woods, President Wagner.
Aye.
Excused, Gerard, Gorsuch. Absent, Bonham, Boquist, Finley, Hansel, Hayden, Knope, Linthicum, Robinson, Thatcher, Weber, 18 ayes.
The call is removed. Colleagues, a quorum is not present.
Now, I know that's not the greatest TV that you've ever seen, but well, we wanted to see what your Senate is up to, and you got to see it right there. Did your state senator show up for work today? That was actually an extended look at the work being done or not done in the Senate today. Pretty much nothing. Those sights and sounds are becoming all too familiar in that chamber. No quorum again today as the Republican walkout continues. At last check, the two sides nowhere near compromise to bring Republicans back. The GOP wants the Democrats to scrap bills on abortion, gender-affirming care, and guns. The Democrats have said the bill on abortion and gender-affirming care is not going to be changed, not going to be touched, not going to be thrown out. So the deadlock toils on. On Friday, we told you that Governor Tina Kotek and Senate President Rob Wagner have not ruled out the option of getting state police involved to force those senators back to the chamber. But that extraordinary option is still just that at this hour, an option. The session ends June 25th. That's just over a month away now, with the biggest to-do being the state budget. The governor has signed a bill to keep state agencies afloat until September if a budget is not agreed to this session. Kotek could call a special session to get a budget approved. Time will tell on that one. And tonight we're going to answer a few of your questions about the walkout that you've been sending us over the past couple of weeks. Let's start with this voicemail from Rick.
I was wondering why the Oregon Senate can't do like the federal Congress do and just consider a quorum as the majority of the people present rather than having to wait for all the Republicans to return. That would certainly simplify everything and would probably keep them from walking out.
I think you're absolutely right, Rick, but the answer is that's not possible under Oregon's Constitution, Article 4, Section 12. Here's what it says. Quorum, failure to effect organization. 2/3 of each house shall constitute a quorum to do business, but a smaller number may meet, adjourn from day to day, and compel the attendance of absent members. So, a constitutional amendment would be required to change those quorum rules to a majority instead of 2/3. The amendment would require voter approval. And by the way, Oregon is one, look at that. Oregon is one of only 4 states in the country to require this 2/3 agenda or 2/3 that lawmakers are in the chamber for a quorum. The others are Texas, Tennessee, and Indiana. I was so stunned by that fact, it's hard to talk. 45 other states only require a majority. Massachusetts, by the way, an outlier, requiring 2/5 of senators and 3/8 of representatives for a quorum. Why, Massachusetts? Why? Anyway, the other question we've been getting a lot lately is this one. Susan writes, do the Republican lawmakers get paid during their walkout? I don't think I would be able to get away with that behavior in my workplace. Must be nice to take an extra paid days off from work at the taxpayer's expense. And Stewart adds, are the legislators still getting paid in spite of not working? How much per day and why? Great questions. Let's dive into what we found. Late this afternoon, we heard back from the financial services arm of the legislature. Thanks for returning our emails. They tell us, yes, legislative members do continue to be paid, even if they've walked out. A state law fixes their salary and provides 0 exceptions, so they're paid regardless of attendance. On to the question of how much. Well, the financial services folks gave us a rough estimate, $326.89 per day. That covers daily salary, per diem, and benefits. But because each member makes their own benefit selections, the daily pay actually specifically varies. But if we take that average of around $325, that means that lawmakers with 10 or more unexcused absences have taken home more than $3,200 to simply not participate in the legislature. And yes, I hear some of you who support the Republicans in their walkout. You are now yelling at the TV that they are in fact doing work by blocking those bills. Okay, that is one way to look at it. In the meantime, what other questions do you have about the walkout? We'd love to try and answer them. Send an email, will you? Our address is thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail. The number is 503-226-5090.